Hello, hello, and welcome, my Sagittarian collective sun, moon, rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon to full moon next April to May 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons Mel for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and damn happy to be doing these readings for you today. If you are new to my channel, please do like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell because I'm putting out content every day while we're going through this. My AM and PM chats, live streams, whatever they want to call them. We have a lovely little community building here, and you're more than welcome to come join, but hit that notification bell so you know when they are up and running. And feel free to comment in the comments section below. I like to know how things resonate with people, particularly for a specific time period, like a new moon to full moon next. And let's talk about that. The new moon in Taurus, we are looking at the 22nd of April, going to the full moon in Scorpio, which is on May 7th. So it's a 2-week period, depending, of course, on when you're, well, it's still a 2-week period, but depending upon when you catch this video, right? Helpful. What do I need read is what I'm doing is I'm pulling one card from 5 different decks, right? 5 cards in total, because upload times are a little crazy right now, everybody on the internet. So trying to keep them brief but still concise so that you kind of get from 5 different pantheons, well, technically 4, the Ascended Masters were double dipping 2 different decks, but 5 different angles of looking at what you need, particularly if you want to do something for the full moon, cast, do a spell, make a prayer, vision board, intend, whatever it is that you do to bring yourself in alignment with your highest good and your greatest joy. Cool, cool. Keep in mind this is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and check your other signs. That's why I do sun, moon, risings signs for these lunar draw reads. We cool? I'm cool. Please focus on your breath. I will do the same. This way you can really be in the present moment, take what resonates, leave what does not. And I'm able to stay in congruence, in alignment with the pantheons through which I have contracts with to bring through the divine guidance and grace to help and serve Virgo that I am. Cool, cool. Nice deep breath. All the decks that I read are at the bottom of the description box, as well as there's some other cool stuff along the way there. Go have a look at some point. Cool. Here we go. We're starting with the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. Let's see what the angels have to say about what you need this new moon in Taurus to full moon next in Scorpio. Breathe. My angels, please, one card in clarity. For the Sagittarian collective, sun, moon, rising signs, what do they need for this new moon to full moon next? New moon in Taurus to full moon in Scorpio, April to May. Healing with the Angels Oracle, what is the message? What is it that they need to help them heal with the angels this new moon to full moon next April, May 2020? Well, right out the bat, truth and integrity. Now, Sagittarians are sort of known for speaking the truth, a bit like lightning, right? Out of their mouth. Not the most tactful sign, but in a way the most truthful. Yeah, I mean, everybody can work on their tact, but I'd rather be told the truth in an untactful way, if that's a word, than be lied to or deceived. Just personal, right? So truth and integrity, and those things are directly connected, truth and integrity, not just on this piece of cardboard. Certainly, truth is different than what's true. Like, what's true for one person may not be true for another. But there are certain things that are just the truth no matter who you are, what's called immutable truth. And really that affects our integrity, our wholeness, our honor codes about who we are. Are we living up to our highest standards of conduct? Tricky, 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 but something to keep your eye on this new moon to full moon next. Let's get you some more info using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, Fiona Morgan. The voices of the divine feminine, the goddess, the goddesses, whatever you want to call it, the divine yin. This is a lunar draw, so let's get you something from the divine feminine, the goddesses, etc. Nice deep breath. My goddesses, please. Woo! My goddesses, please. One card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective. Wow, y'all are flipping. Please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, rising signs for this new moon in Taurus to full moon next in Scorpio, April to May 2020, please. Since the angels are talking about truth and integrity, what do they need according to the goddesses, the divine feminine, this new moon to full moon next, April 2020? The Aquarius card. And I will say in this set of readings, there's been a lot of zodiacal cards, court cards, popping up. And I will say here what I have said for all of the previous ones, as well as for any of them that come after. Yeah, it may involve somebody involved with the sign, right? This could be an Aquarian, sun, moon, rising, whatever. But if you look at the house placement, in this case the 11th house, we are looking about your interaction with the world. Now, I'm not dumb. I know that our interaction with the world has changed. You might have noticed I haven't mentioned anything about it yet, and that's for good reason, right? Because YouTube don't like it. So I don't do it. When this passes, maybe we'll be able to talk about it in a different way, maybe not. But really, this is about seeing things from a higher perspective. Ixchel, the eagle woman. The eagle flies highest, sees furthest, sees clearest. So for a Sagittarian to seek a higher truth might mean to what? Pull back. Not just back horizontally, pull back and up, deeper in and higher up, to see a higher truth that may very well affect your integrity moving forward, a clearer look. As well as I love in this card, she's carrying scissors, which means that she is there to clip away what no longer serves. Now, that's certainly more appropriate for a full moon to new moon, right? The waning side of it. But perhaps there are decisions that can be made through incisions that might very well change your life in terms of truth and integrity. Let's keep going. I like that card there. I do like Aquarians. I do have a lot of Aquarian friends that way. Freaks of the zodiac, but my goodness gracious, do they see things differently. So innovative, and some of them are just rebels with a cause. Let's ask the Ascended Masters. Through the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, there are 4 suits in this deck. One of them I pulled out. It's the problem suit. It's half the deck. And yes, knowing what the problem is helpful. But I think we're kind of aware of what our problems are right now in a certain way. Let's leave that there. So what's left are the suits of luck, healing, and grace. Something that you can focus on. Like, what do you need to focus on? Perhaps to do something at new moon, a prayer, a spell, a ritual, an intention, or whatever. For this new moon to full moon next, let's ask the Ascended Masters, shall we? Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please. One card in clarity for the Aquarian collective. Sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon in Taurus to full moon next in Scorpio. What do they need? A piece of luck? A piece of grace? A piece of healing? What do they need this new moon to full moon next, April to May 2020? The healing suit of communication, the card of communication in the healing suit. So this does make sense already. We've got a lot of air going on here for a fire sign. Truth and integrity, right? Truth, definitely the mental aspect of thought, right? Though there are emotional truths, although I find those to be more subjectively true than truth, but to each their own, as a result of seeing things differently. Now look, if you're already sequestered in your domain, finding interesting ways to keep saying that, then perhaps there is a higher vibrational communication coming to you from the divine, or perhaps this is a way of you communicating your truth from a higher place to whom we do not know. Maybe there is an Aquarian involved here in some way, shape, or form. But even if that's true, that Aquarian might be edging you towards seeing things from a higher truth, a higher perspective that then you can communicate. Or maybe you need to hear that communication from this Aquarian type, even if they're not sun, moon, rising, somebody who might be thinking outside of the box, seeing things differently. That may very well be a higher truth. Always another way. I worked with a Hindu avatar many years ago, back in the 90s. And she said to me, and I can do her accent pretty well, I remember it like it was yesterday, "Oh, there's always a higher truth. No matter how high you go, there's always a higher truth." She's right. So many decades later, I'm like, yeah, she's right. There always is a higher truth. There's always a higher level. It doesn't mean that the lower truths were false or illusions, but like they were necessary, right? Necessary stepping stones. We can always go to that next level when we're ready, and you can't rush that kind of thing. It just gives me a headache when I try and rush it. Comes when it's meant to, but usually it does take some contemplation, meditation, quiet time, isolation. You get what I'm laying down. Let's ask the Ascended Masters again to get you a healing mantra from the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Love this deck so much. Very helpful. Been pulling one a day, and I keep getting the same ones over and over, so I'll keep pulling those. I'm not saying what they are unless they pop up. Nice deep breath. Oh, my Ascended Masters, please. One card in clarity. A healing mantra card. What is the perfect healing mantra for this Sagittarian collective sun, moon, rising sign, this new moon in Taurus to full moon next in Scorpio? Please, oh please, oh please, oh please. What is the perfect mantra for them this new moon to full moon next April to May 2020? Let's see who you got. Awakening inspired action. I like this one. There's only what life is asking of me. So to awaken inspired action, right? Hold on a second. Like that truth and integrity. Acting on your truth in an integrous way. But because you saw things from a higher point of view, how we're all one, right? Very humanitarian, egalitarian. Look up that word, egalitarian, with the eagle woman there. In terms of communication, there is only what life is asking of me. So if you don't know what life is asking of you, I mean, we know what the world is asking of us right now, but what is life asking of you in terms of communicating your truth and integrity from a higher vantage point? Very interesting spread. Liking that a lot. And that is what awakens inspired action. It's a good mantra. There's only what life is asking of me. So how much can we really plan right now? I mean, obviously there are things we have to plan. Food, clothing, shelter, maintenance, stuff like that. But in terms of our evolution spiritually, I don't think that's been put on hold. I think it's been accelerated. So to even ask for inspired action, to awaken that within you, and it often comes as a, ooh, and you do it, right? Not so much an impulse, but an inspiration that feels high and that is based in truth and integrity, particularly in terms of what flies out your mouth. Because we do have a choice about what we communicate and what we don't, and where we are coming from. Very cool healing mantra. Last card down, though. Whisper of Love Oracle. The voices of the higher selves. Let's see what they have to say. This is such a cool deck, and sometimes it just whack, tells you exactly what to do. I don't tell people what to do. I just draw the card according to the higher self collective. So breathe, my Saggies. Oh, that feels good. The higher self collective. Higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective. Sun, moon, rising signs for this new moon in Taurus to full moon next in Scorpio. Please, what do they need? Considering the angels are saying truth and integrity. The goddesses are saying the Crone of Blades, the Aquarius card. The Ascended Masters are talking about communication as well as awakening inspired action, and those two really feel hand in hand there. So from the higher selves, please, what is it that they need, my Sagittarian friends, my Sun, Moon, Rising Saggies, for this new moon to full moon next, April, May 2020? Be willing to express love. This is like a connect the dots that really works. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. So this is about what? Communication, expression. Whoopsie. Even if it is towards the self, right? Towards the inner child, towards your emotions, towards your wounds. And with that awakening inspired action, there's only what life is asking of you. And it feels like life is asking you to be willing. Now, will means choice or decision. The willpower chakra is the throat chakra. All right, we've got emotional power, we've got mental power, but the power of choice. What do we do when the heart says yes and the head says no, right? We have to bring that into congruence somehow, and that has a lot to do with our truth and our integrity. But it certainly feels like what you need to do is not just pull back and pull away in total isolation with that communication card there, because your inspired action is gonna be awakened if you can really not just pull back but pull up. Perhaps some time in silence and stillness. I know it's not necessarily a Sagittarian mutable fire thing to do, but maybe that's part of the awakening of inspired action, that life, right? There's only what life is asking of me. Maybe life is asking of you to chill out a little bit, to clarify your communication so that you are willing to express love. So there you have it. May the Sagittarian collective sun, moon, rising signs be blessed with all that they need this new moon to full moon next, that they may awaken inspired action through their communications, being willing to express love with truth and integrity after perhaps a period of time or from a vantage point of humanitarianism, egalitarianism, up as well as back, for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching my aquariums. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment below how this is feeling for you, what this ignites, if this puts a fire under you of inspiration, because you are, after all, awakening inspired action. And Sagittarians are a sign of inspiration, that ninth house spirituality dealio. So, my Saggies, my archers, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this new moon to full moon next. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.